Good evening and welcome to another episode of the Malik Show Live. I am your host, Malik Shabazz Sullivan. I am so glad to see you all's beautiful faces. And might I say, today is such a beautiful occasion, but not only a beautiful day outside, but a beautiful day in here. It is the 4th anniversary of the Malik Show Live. 4 years that we have been standing tall through across the globe, and tonight we celebrate 4 years. I remember like it was yesterday, 2018, having our first show right here, and we look 4 years. Like I say, here we are in our 4th year, still standing tall and strong. But before we get started, we want to thank you all and welcome you to the Malik Show Live on tonight. I am so glad to have you all be with us on tonight. Not only that this is our 4th anniversary, but we have such a special guest that is here to celebrate with us on tonight. And we are looking forward to what he has to bring to the table on tonight with us, ladies and gentlemen. But before we do that, we have a little welcome video for him, and we want him to feel a little comfortable. So at this time, producer, let's roll out the red carpet with our video presentation.
Took third in the 200 a year ago, but here, even though he slipped out of the blocks, able to turn on the jets. And again, it's Ari Guzzo who will have to settle for second place. Sanders finished All-State in 4 events on the day. The Ypsilanti.
All right, and producer, we're gonna take it to the screen of our welcome presentation. If you can take us there at this time. Picture number 1. We just want to give him a little welcome. This is his first time, and we want him to feel comfortable. But ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce, this is his first time, but we are glad to have him on. The one and only PHILAYE, aka Philip Johnson, is with us on tonight. Welcome.
What's good, y'all?
Welcome. Phil, I am so happy that you have decided to join us for our 4th anniversary. We take anniversaries really big, but to have you be our 4th year participant just puts a smile on our face. So we just want to say welcome, and we're looking forward to not only celebrating, but interviewing and having you as our special guest on tonight.
Well, I'm happy to be here for the Malik Show's 4th year anniversary, and what's up to everybody out there watching?
Awesome. Okay, well, at this time, we are getting ready to start the amazing interview with PHILAYE on tonight. That is the name that he goes by, such a unique name, and we are definitely going to ask him about that as this interview rolls on. But before we do that, we are going to start with the first. We're going to talk a little bit about your childhood and your beginnings. And as we scroll to this next picture, producer, talk a little bit about your childhood, Phil. Tell us where you're from and all your, from your, young age. Tell us a little bit about yourself on tonight as for this first question.
Yeah, so I was born in Detroit, Michigan in 1995, and when I was growing up, I actually was all about track and somewhat football, but track in school was like my big things. I had a couple little creative things I did at a couple of points, but it really was like track was my biggest thing I cared about in school back then, and roller coasters. And so, yeah, I mean, I ran up until my freshman year at University of Michigan, which I signed to run. But then I just decided, since I had an academic scholarship to there instead, to quit the team. And I was partly inspired by this runway fashion organization that I had started doing some modeling with. And so then from there, I was majoring in business, and that's what I graduated with my degree in. And since graduating, it's just been about combining my business degree with my creative passions and pursuits. So that has, yeah. So, I spent, Pat, we were talking about childhood. That was like a summary of everything, or somewhat. But yeah, that's some childhood stuff.
Awesome. Well, we're going to pause, and again, we are going to talk a little bit. We have a bio, so this bio, I should have done that at first, but hey, we're excited for this 4 years, though. We're excited for this 4 years, but we have a short bio, not too long. Philip Johnson, also known as PHILAYE, is a 27-year-old black film TV producer, writer, director from Detroit, Michigan, based in Los Angeles, California. Philip creates films and shows primarily focused on bringing unique, creative light to the black LGBTQ plus community across genres. With a bachelor's of business administration from the University of Michigan, Johnson has been building PHILAYE Films into a studio creating and producing black queer show and films. Okay, so now we got to know a little bit about you. We got talked a little bit about your childhood, just a little bit. You like track. As the intro came in, we saw you running track. Now let me ask you this: is that one of your favorite sports? Do you see yourself if maybe one day, if you could be a sports star? Do you think tennis might be one of your biggest accomplishments?
Wait, your question was what?
My question was, if is tennis your favorite sport, and do you see yourself possibly majoring,
track?
Oh yeah, most definitely track. Oh God, not track. God forgive me, but
I'm sorry.
track. Oh my God, I'm just a little. Let's just say we still got a little bit of Serena Williams excitement over here. But yeah, track. Do you see yourself being a track star?
Well, I mean that phase of my life already passed. That's what I was explaining. You really only get one chance to do track big and go to the Olympics. It's more of like a younger sport. So, but I mean, I love track. That's my favorite sport, and I love to watch it and go to the meets and stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we got some track pictures we want to show, producer. Let's show some of these amazing track pictures. I mean, my goodness. I mean, you are outrunning them. We have another one at you on the track. But I must say, PHILAYE, you will definitely be an excellent person for the track. Who knows, you might be the next track champion, but we just want to show that to our fans on tonight. Let's talk a little bit about, we have a picture of you right here in a library, I guess, and I believe this was the time, I believe you were either in college or in high school. Let's talk about, times, I understand you went to college. Tell us about the college life. I believe this is a college picture of you. I know it gotta be.
Yep, it is. Yeah, that is some of my graduation photos from the end of my undergraduate college career at University of Michigan. So I have some of my honors scores there, and I graduated with that business degree. And yep, these are just some photos I took. So yeah, these are good memories.
Okay. And we have you graduate. We got your graduation pic here, and I guess that's a college graduate, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, we are moving right along. Oh, isn't that sweet? Well, the Malik Show Live is always about, family. Like, we are very big on family. So we want to take this time to talk about another segment of your life. We want to talk about your beautiful mother. I can see, as I have scrolled through your Instagram, that you. Let me just say this: you're a mama's boy.
Yes.
I'm a grandma's boy. So
yeah, I'm definitely a mama's boy. And oh shoot, did it pop?
Oh, producer, let's go back to the picture. He wants to view.
Oh no, I thought when I was looking at the video, I thought you were saying something. So
Oh
I
no,
didn't
we
want to
have
cut
a
you off.
nice, like I said, we have a beautiful picture of you and your mom. So if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about you and mom's relationship, and because one thing about the Malik Show Live, we are definitely big on family.
Yeah, so my mom is funny. She's actually in the room right behind me teaching a Columbia University class on just some social and environmental things dealing with Detroit and stuff. So I love my mom, and she's always been a big inspiration for why because my whole life she's been running nonprofits and doing, different community work around Detroit. So I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do in the world, but because I always saw, her as somebody who was, here to improve the world and like improve people's lives. I knew that I just wanted whatever I did, whatever space I carved out, to be something that really is bringing positivity and light. So I keep that just kind of go in the forefront of anything that I do. And yeah, that's like the biggest thing I always take away and enjoy. And it was also her birthday 2 days ago. So I'm here in Detroit. That's why I'm here visiting right now.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, we want to hear from the Malik Show Live. We would like to give her a birthday shout out of happy birthday and many more years to come. And it's good though to have family relationships, especially with moms and stuff. Because I will say, as my mother always say, I'm your number one fan. So it's always good to have that mother relationship.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We are moving right along. Here's another picture that we want to show to our audience on tonight. Producer, if you mind showing? If you don't mind showing. Yes, yes, yes. PHILAYE, I'm going to say this to the public that in the words of, I would say this, God has done excellent as making you a handsome gentleman. But let me just say, through some of the stuff that we have seen up until this present time, producer, we can go back. That's such a handsome smile. But my thing is this, and I have been asked this many times as well. Do you consider yourself being a sex symbol?
I think that, for some people, perhaps, I wouldn't say for everyone, but I mean, I wouldn't. Oh shoot, I can't hear you.
Can you hear?
Oh, or maybe.
I can hear you.
Oh, my bad. I think that the video of what I'm seeing was a little bit delayed, so I thought you were saying something. But I mean, I don't know. I would say maybe the person who I am dating would say yes. So.
Okay. Well, like I say, I just feel that y'all have to follow his Instagram, y'all, because I mean he will give you a performance, as I always say. So, but I definitely would say that you do give that in certain videos and pictures and stuff. So just take it as a compliment. But my next question.
Thank you.
My next question in this first segment, we have another segment coming in after this. We're 13 minutes in our first segment of the show. But we're going to squeeze this in, and then we're going to talk about your bigger and uproar accomplishments. My next question is, and I'm sure that, there was a part of your life that you have done this and you have dealt with some mixed feelings, mixed emotions, all that kind of stuff. This next question is coming out, and I'm sure you remember the day that you just came to your mind just the day that came to your mind that you're making a decision that's going to go with you for the rest of your life, and this is what you want to do and all of that. But my next question is, do you remember the day, and how did your close friends and family members reacted, and just how are you taking that up until your present time?
The day I came out.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of in phases. The first person, I don't remember the specific day, but I remember in March of 2015, I was watching Empire, And Jussie Smollett's character Jamal and his journey in the season 1 is actually what inspired me to text my mom, like kind of letting her know, even though I was originally coming out to people as bisexual, which was a lie. But yeah, that drove me to let her know. And then a month later, I sent my sisters a thing letting them know. And then a month later, I fell in young love, we'll call it, and got in a relationship. And then that summer, because I was in love and then had already let, you know, some of my closest family know, I ended up been letting some more of the close family know and close friends. And then I just came out by really not saying I'm gay, but just posting me and my boyfriend, because I was just in, you know, young love. So it just, yeah, I felt good. I felt good enough about myself that I didn't care about how anyone else felt. So I just didn't look back.
Awesome. So let me ask this next question. I just want to ask this next question. What would you say for people that are struggling? Now, I can also consider you to be a motivational person, but what do you consider what would you have to say for someone in this generation that's coming up that's facing these struggles? And I'm even going to say, for example, and even for me, I'm gonna throw myself in the equation. You know, you have people that are in the church, born and raised in the church. That's, you know, part one. You also have people that, you know, have been, I guess, you know, growing up in life and they just confused. They don't know where they fit in, all that kind of stuff. And so my question I want to ask you is, what do you have to say for those genres and, you know, that part?
Oh, you're saying what are my thoughts just for the people struggling? I would say to one, because I know that a lot of those situations are partly because of families and how the family is. So because my family is more accepting, you know, my advice would be somewhat from a place of privilege, because there's some people who, you know, in family, it's kind of like the military, don't ask, don't tell, and then if you do tell, then you're kind of like disowned. So because I haven't all the way experienced the extremities of that, I would just say, you know, remember to love yourself and surround yourself with people who love you, because there's a lot of people, you know, in the community or in the world who will love and support you. So I would say to just focus on that, because if you have that self-love and if you're surrounding yourself with people who love you, that's what's going to uplift you. And it's sad that for, you know, a lot of situations that is not able to be people's family. And so, yeah, I would just tell them, go where the love is at.
Go where the love is at. I heard that. That's something new. You know, I say, I guess take it for what it's worth. Go where the love is at. Okay.
Yes.
All right, well, we're 8 minutes into our first show, but we have part two, and oh, trust me, we are going to love part two. But my next question is, moving to the West Coast. Yes, I must say, I have lived in California. I lived in Inglewood. I have lived in Pasadena. I'm sure you heard of there. Those are some. Now, Inglewood is the hood, but Pasadena is one of the most nicest, quietest areas in California I've ever lived in. So tell us about the Hollywood life. I mean, what made you, out of all places, decide, look, I'm gonna move to Los Angeles, and I'm just going to start a new chapter. Tell us how, and so everything. How did the move to the West Coast?
Yeah, so when I graduated from Michigan in 2017, I was going on a trip to go across or around the country to see where I wanted to live, and Cali was at the end of my trip. New York was the first stop on it, but when I got to New York, because it's so fun in the summertime, I just was like, whatever, and I just moved there, even though I kind of knew I wanted to be in California more so just because of weather and because I like good nature and stuff like that. So when that first winter hit in New York, that's when I was like, okay, yep, I'm moving to Cali. Even though I'm from Detroit, something about being in New York during the winter, going to the subway stations and walking around in the slush and everything. It just made me ready for the West Coast.
Pause. Let me.
So,
You
yeah,
know.
I just would say, like, it was partly weather, partly just where I wanted to be, but also the industry. I had started a web series, and I just felt that New York didn't cater to my goals, my business and film goals the best, because I felt that a lot of the industry and a lot of things are in LA, and it's easier to film in LA because it's warm, so you don't have to be like, oh, I can't film outside for 70% of the year, or stuff like that. Well, not that you can't, but I just don't like to be cold and uncomfortable. So it was just kind of a mix of those things, and yeah, it was just like, okay, let me go there. It's the best place to build my business, make films and shows, have like-minded creatives and everything around. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, let me say this. I'm born and raised in DC and Maryland. And let me just say, I love the winter. I love the snow and everything. But let me just say, when I lived in California, I love the palm trees. I love the weather. I will say the people are very different. Because, I'm talking about as far as style, I'm talking about as far as anything goes, I'm talking about as far as, different, just so much, even the food, shoot, even the food is even different. But I mean, oh yes, LA definitely is, the spot. So let me ask, how many years have you lived in California?
3.5, or over 3.5 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Well, here's our next question. One thing about, we like to travel. I see you like to travel. So as we look, producer, we see you at so many nice places. I think this is Mexico. And speaking of Mexico, I just came back from Puerto if I could pronounce it, Puerto Vallarta. I hope I said that right. And
cool. I went there in May.
Yes, I love it there. I love it.
It was great. It was amazing. I had a good time.
Oh yeah. Well, we have you right here in Mexico. We have you right here in Paris. Well, I'm playing. Before I die, I'm going to get to Paris. But we have you here in Paris.
I did enjoy Paris. Yeah, that was 2018.
Okay, and do we have another one of you? Oh, now let's talk about this. Now, this is, this is something I need to try. Now, what is the name of this sport? Because I think you are on I think you're like riding down you have to help us with that one. You're going to have to help us with that one.
I'm waiting for the picture. It still has the Eiffel Tower photo, so I'm just waiting for the picture. The zip line here?
Yes. Tell us about that. I think that's something that got to try one day before we close our eyes.
Yeah, zip lining. That was in Puerto Vallarta, actually. Yep. And I love doing the outdoor activities. There's ones I'm scared of. Like, I don't see myself skydiving in my lifetime, but ones like zip lining and other stuff I do like to do. And roller coaster.
Wow. Well, that is something that, and when I was there back in July, I ain't gonna share that information, but like I say, we had a good time. But too bad the person didn't y'all follow the Malik Show TV. It's on the screen. And also, we're gonna put PHILAYE information out before the show closes out tonight. But yes, we need to have to try that. And here's another picture before we're 2 minutes in this first half. Let's go to that, producer. You directing films. Directing, and you know what? That is going to be for part 2 of the Malik Show live, and like I say, you just seem like a talented young man, track. And also for part 2, we're going to talk about your films and other things that you have accomplished, and also awards and special people that you have been connected with since you've been. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, let's go back, producer. PHILAYE is such a social media legend. I mean, you all have to follow his Instagram because I'm telling you, you are just going. Matter of fact, for part 2, we have a video that he gonna break it down for us because I'm trying to learn some stuff, so he gonna help me to understand for part 2. But yes, but my man, I tell you, that is just so awesome, so awesome. Well, PHILAYE, for part 1, give us your social media information for part 1. You can do it also again for part 2, but we're 1 minute and 20 seconds to our ending of our first half. But just share your information real quick for part 1.
Okay, yeah, my Instagram is PHILAYE, PHILAYE. Twitter is PHILAYE Films, and TikTok is PHILAYE, and Facebook, you can also find information at PHILAYE Films.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you all for part 1 of the Malik Show Live. Stay right here. Come back for part 2, and which is going to be in 60 seconds. PHILAYE is still celebrating with us for our 4th year anniversary here at the Malik Show Live. We are still talking about PHILAYE, our special guest, but we're going to talk about his films. We're going to talk about the special awards that he has received, and we are going to talk about his next agenda in life as he moves forward. We thank you all for watching part 1 of the Malik Show Live. I'm your host, Malik Shabazz Sullivan. Thank you for watching and joining us for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. The 4th year anniversary continues with our special guest, PHILAYE. Thank you all for watching. Part 2 is coming up.